Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel, and join me again on another episode of the little EcoBoost Fiesta. Well, I've just come in the day after I painted it yesterday and stuff, and I've left it overnight. So yeah, it's come out absolutely lovely. I mean, really is absolutely lovely. Got a few bits of tut and stuff in it, which you'd expect because of the environment it was painted in. It's not a million times that, but I'm not too worried because once it's all flatted right back and polished up, it's yeah, but straight out of a gun finish, that's almost perfect, not far off. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. So the only little run I got, a little saggy one now, which is neither here nor there. I can soon get rid of that. But for today, I've got a first time mask for this lot, so I can finish off curing all the edges and the rest of it, which is pretty much done anyway. And then I've got to start getting all the bumpers and everything else all ready, because all of them lot were still attacked with all the paint strip and stuff, and Rick's did a little bit on one of them, but that's about as far as I got. So yeah, I know exactly what we're going to be getting up to all day today. But it's first thing first, let's get this thing unmasked, and we go from there. That's it there, all unmasked now and stuff. All the edges look absolutely mint and stuff like that, so I'm pretty happy how that one is. So we'll just leave that one for 2 or 3 days for the paint to go a bit hard and stuff, and then I'll start the arduous task of flattening and polishing. I like to flatten and polish all my stuff. It's just something I do. It's not because of the paint finish I get, far from it. It's more the fact of I like to just go through it and get the paint the best I possibly can. So if I can get it to glass or better than factory, then I will. If I'm matching paint, then I'll match it, and I won't flat as much if I don't need to. I set my gun up slightly differently and stuff. But how this one's come out, I could quite easily just denib it and ship it out the door. But not me. It's going to be flatted, polished, and may look absolutely perfect. But that's for another video. That really is for another video, because it ain't for now. But for now, I'd better go and get on with repairing some bumpers. So better go back into the sanding and rubbing down mission again instead of painting. So yeah, join us. Right, so next mission we got is to try and get all these trim panels, bumpers, etc, all rubbed down, sorted, filled, whatever I need to do to them to get them back to how they should be. As we've seen, Rick did some of this one, which you would have seen a little bit in the other videos and stuff. If you didn't, shoot one back and have a look again. But it's still got a fair bit to try and solve. All of that lot's got to be removed out of it. As you can hear, it's lovely. It's quite deep into it and stuff. So we've got those two to get done. The back bumper, as far as I remember, I've already done the side. Actually, I've already repaired that side. I did that while I was actually on the car, if you remember. So that's pretty much not far away from being stripped down, scotched, re-primed on the end, and that's pretty much ready for paint. The front bumper needs to be stripped down. Need to sort out some of the little bits on the black trims on the middle bit of it. There's a few bits like that. But the front bumper, other than a few bits, just around the bottom edge, which we might as well sort out as we're here. The front bumper's pretty much ready for scotching and painting. So my first mission, I'm gonna get DA out, I think. It's like bloody DA in this office here, how much of this lot I can actually get off and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately guys, you're going to be on a bit of time lapse for this bit. See how far I can get with this got off. And I'll cut back in a minute. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with that. As you just seen that time lapse, I've managed to flat out pretty much every single bit of the reaction apart from a couple little tiny little bits. So that's going to come out absolutely lovely. Extra bit of effort and all the rest of it, but I do believe it was worth it. Same with on the back. So there's that. And you saw quite how bad this little bit is. Exactly the same. There's nothing left there whatsoever. I got out of all the groove, all underneath the rest of it, so it's pretty much ready for finish off scotching some bits off, put some plastic primer on areas, and then put a bit of blowing high build on it, so we can then start blocking it through and make sure I've got no other little reactions anywhere, and not reactions, any little bits I need to flat off and the rest of it. So yeah, I'm just going to get them couple of bits done now, and yeah, see where we go from there. Right, so all cleaned off and stuff, it's all been degreased. Now got little accelerator, like plastic accelerator motor on it. So time to get a bit of high build on it.
We'll turn this around. We'll turn this around.
Oh, as you've seen guys, I've been getting loads of blocked out stuff. I haven't really picked up the camera a lot because I've just been literally concentrating on blocking stuff out and stuff. So we got the rear spoiler fully blocked out. There's now no chemical reaction anywhere in there. All my lines all back absolutely perfect, which some of them did get lost when rubbing down and stuff, but it's neither here or there. You got the, what do you call that bit? Probably boot grab handle, I suppose. That's all done again. The whole of this side was completely and utterly screwed. Was it this side? I can't remember which side it was. That goes to prove a point, doesn't it? I can't see which side it was. So one of the other sides was done. I think it might have been this side. I can't remember. But it also got the mirror caps are just over air drying. So they're done. I got all the actions out of that stuff because they were horrendous. I didn't show you that because that was boring as hell. And the front bumper. Well, the front bumper didn't actually have any paint reaction when they put the paint strip of shit on it whatsoever. And I was 100% just going to scotch it off and paint it. And that's all I was going to do. Repair a couple of tiny bits on the bottom, which I was just going to flat out and paint. I wasn't going to go to the extent that I have. But once I started flattening it down, my OCD and stuff like that kicked in. And it was, I'm not going to bother doing all the work I'm going to do on a car of mine, a customer's, anybody else's, which I'm going to send out the door not 100% happy myself. So as I was not going to be 100% happy with how the bumper was, because the whole front of it, underneath the paint, had tiny little stone chips and stuff in it. So it's obviously been painted at some time before, neither here or there. Most things get painted these days. Not exactly an issue. A brand new car that you think hasn't ever had paint has had paint when it comes off the boat and stuff. But yeah, had loads and loads of little tiny little stone chips underneath it and stuff. When I started flattening back, it just wasn't going to get the finish I wanted. So I went the extra mile, flattened it all back. 2K flaming, excuse me, 2K high build primered, guide coated. Now we're just waiting for it to all go off, and I can block that back as well as the mirror caps. So yeah, we're gradually getting there, guys. We're gradually getting there. It's just those few bits there. The bumper there is all literally flat back. The repair that I did on the other end, to this side, yeah, that's all done and stuff. That just literally needs quick dusting over primer on one corner, which should just be a coat of like wet on wet primer. Like once it's all cleaned off and all the rest of it, and that gets painted as well. Same time as I get the rest of it in blue. So for now, I'm gonna let this lot flash off, go off, whatever you want to call it. I can't even speak today, my brain's a mess. But yeah, we'll just let that go off and stuff, and I'll be back once I start doing some blocking, I suppose. Or that, or I might block it out, and you might then see it in the booth, whichever way it goes. We'll just play it by ear with this one. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. Well, we kind of got them all ready in the booth, ready to go. I did the old trick of the hot glue gun underneath and stuff, because once you put a bit of flaming panel wipe underneath afterwards, it all degreases itself and pops the flaming glue off. So we stick them on like that. Bumpers all ready to go. Front bumpers are now all flatted out and stuff, which took a hell of a lot of work to get it perfect. Serves me right for being an anal twat, but it is what it is. Spoiler, as you can see now, all those horrible reactions are now gone, and the same with that. So they're all ready to lay some wet on wet primer down and get some colour onto them. But I think that's a job for the next day, I do believe. So I'll join you in a couple of days' time.
One eternity later.
Morning everyone, come back in a couple of days later, right? So I had work and prep to do, but come in with the intentions of tacking these bumpers off, getting them painted, the rest of it. Had the heaters on in here just to take the moisture out of the air, because it was a little bit moist in here, which is not no more. It's all nice and dry again. So yeah, let's get degreasing, tacking off, and then we'll shoot some colour. So yeah, they're all ready. It's literally all over bits. So yeah, I shall get myself set up and get cracking. Well guys, that's 2 coats done so far. It's, sorry, I apologise, fans on, it's extractor still, but yeah, 2 coats got all over. As you can see, it's starting to take the colour quite well now, if I actually hold the camera in the right place, but yeah, it's all taking colour. All needs 1 more coat all over, so there'll be 3 coats, the same as what I put on the shell and stuff, so I know the paint's going to be 100% the same. Gun's been set up the same, so it should all be able to slap some paint on and it'll come out the same if you catch my drift. Well, it's not so easy to slap paint on, we all know that, but anyway, I'm going to carry on letting this lot flash off. Once it's flashed off, you'll see me put 1 more coat of base on it. And once I've done that, we get straight onto lacquer. So I won't cut in until I've got the whole thing lacquered, but there'll be 2 quite reasonably thick coats of lacquer put on it, and hopefully I'll get away without having to put the 3rd one on, but we'll see, I'm not worried. If I've got to put a 3rd coat on, I'll put a 3rd coat on. It is as easy as that, I'm not bothered. So yeah, apologise about the camera being at a distance and stuff and what I'm doing with this lot. I've got no one with me today to film it as I'm painting, so unfortunately it's just having to go on the tripod and do the best I can. In the future, hopefully I'll get a head cam and stuff for it so I can record it that way, but just for now, please bear with us, and then yeah, hopefully you enjoy it.
swipe. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping rubber bands. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Swerving, making plays, cool Ferrari red. Never out my zone, touchdown in my hands. Only fam around me, I can't have no friends. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. Ever since I was a teen, had prices on my head. Had to cut you off, you left me out for dead. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Just picked up some bands, come again. They do what I do, I'm like Simon Says. Yeah, I'm the running man, rapping.
Well, there you have it, guys. Actually, pretty happy with how they've all come out and stuff. It's like, got a few little bits of crap in it, which I'm going to get as soon as I've got the body, so a bit of flatten and polish we're going to go and miss and stuff. But as you can see there, a bit of shit in it there, but life is life, I'm not worried about that. But overall, it's all come out pretty happy. I'm quite happy with how that lot's come out. And the same with the really bad boot spoiler, which is now, you wouldn't even tell. Same with that panel there, little toe and eye cover and the rest of it. It's all come out absolutely mint. So yeah, to say I'm happy is an understatement how that lot's come out. It's just sitting in here now, with the heaters on and stuff, just baking off a little bit. As much as I can get it to bake off, it won't really be baked, but you catch what I'm saying. This lot I like to stay in here for quite a while, just to go off and stuff, where I'm getting on with flattening and polishing the shell and stuff, which it's now been, quite a few days now since it got painted, which it's been left deliberately so it can go off properly. But I think that's what's going to be the next episode stuff, is getting on with flattening and polishing that. Yeah, that's going to be, I reckon that's going to be a fair bit of work, that is, flattening and polishing that, just because I'm as anal as I am with it. But I'll get it done, I ain't worried. Quite enjoy doing it, to be honest with you. But yeah, hopefully guys you're enjoying and liking this little series, and hopefully if I can sort it, there'll be a lot more in the pipeline just like this coming along. So if you do happen to like it, please hit that like, subscribe and share button. Wait a minute, no, there's only a like button, there's only a share button, subscribe button, and then if you could share it as well, that'd be amazing. That's what I was meant to say, idiot. But oh well, life is life. But yeah, okay guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Merch in the usual places and stuff like that, and hope you're all staying safe. See you in the next one.